Hi, this is Sherry Patton Ceramics, and today we're going to be making a human head. I'm surrounded by a bunch of my beginning students' first tries at this. So I'm going to have a large piece of clay for the hair. I always take so much clay. And a small piece of clay for the head. First I begin by making a sphere, a very rough sphere. It doesn't have to be a perfect sphere. However, if you want to make it more of an oval shape, many people's heads are oval shape, you would take it between your hands and roll back and forth. So now I have more of an oval shape. If I want the bottom of the chin to be square, a more masculine feature, then I would leave it like this. If I want it to be more feminine, then I would press it at the bottom to make it more of a smooth curve. Now, look at it from the side. You can see it here also, but this shows you the sharp cuts to make. So I'm going to take a little piece of clay, roll it in my hands, and I'm going to dip it in some water, and then I'm going to attach it from the top and down and under the chin. So that's going to make this area right here. Then I'm going to smooth in the sides. Notice I'm not pushing down on the end here. I want to keep the height. And now I'll put it on its side, and I'm going to make a cut. This one is a nice rough cut. You can see what to do. So I start here, and I'm going to go down. Oh, let's make a little area for the eyes, about halfway down. People don't think of them being about halfway down, but they are. You have lots of head space up here. So now I'm going to turn on the side. Once I have that line where the eye is going to be, then I have a reference for when to go out for the nose. So I go down, and then right when I hit that eye, I'm going to go out, 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 just like that, and then back in. Then I'm going to go out for the upper lip and back in. Out for the lower lip, back in. Following this, and now I'm going to go in for the chin and back out. Now I'm going to turn it to the front, and I'm going to actually cut it. Make sure and bring it to the front to cut, because otherwise you may cut off center and ruin your piece. I've done that myself. So in and back, out, in again, and back out, in again, and back out. So it should look something like that. Alright, start with the nose. You're going to push in. You're going to push that clay in. And then you're going to make that area for the eyebrow area. Look where the eye is. And you're going to start pushing in for that eye socket. So I'm pushing in deeper and deeper. Notice I'm not stabbing. I'm pushing flat finger here. I'm really pushing in. Now if you don't press in too far, then it's more of an Asian or Native American look. I'm going to kind of go halfway between. I'm going to put the back of my finger and push up, and then push down with the back of my finger again to get a little deeper. When you're making small heads like this, it's actually a little more complex trying to get in those small areas. Now I'm going to continue with the nose. And now, after I really push these this nose in. Now I can smooth it at the top here. Look at it from the side, still okay. And now I'm going to take the bottom of the nose and I'm going to push up, push up. You don't realize it, but we can actually see inside people's nostrils. So we want the end of the nose up. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to go in one nostril lightly and in the other nostril. Just make sure I'm even. Now I'm going to go in again and I'm going to push up and out. Up and out. I want to push out to get this nasal cavity on the side. I also want to take my finger in, push in, and then push that clay out. I'm going to put it in where this, where that little area is on the side of your nose. So I push in, and then I'm going to push that clay out. And I'm going to go with the mouth. So this area needs to be smoothed a bit right here. Don't push down the lips though. Be careful. Now I'm going to push up one side of the lip with one finger, this finger, one side, and then I'm going to go with the other side. Now this is too much to begin with, but then I can push it down as much as I'd like. So I decide if I want a fuller lip or not. And you want to make sure and push down the end of this lip, or else it looks kind of silly. So no matter what size lips, you want to push down the end of it. Lower lip, I'm going to push down with my finger to get it to open up a bit more. If you want a smaller lip, then you would leave it up more like that or cut off some. So that's quite nice. I like to take a pencil and push in the sides. And at first it's too much, but then if I just use my fingers to close it a little bit, it gives it a really nice look. Then I'm going to push in where the chin is a bit more. This is a little bit off. I'm going to close this down, pushing down that lip a little bit more. There we are. Okay. Now, for the eyes. So you're going to take a piece of clay, very small. You're going to make the smallest piece of clay for that eyeball. Whatever you think it is, it's probably half that size that you should use. Very small little sphere. I'm going to cut it in half. So I have that beautiful almond shape. Dip these in water. Clay's getting very dry here. And then I'm going to add those little almond-shaped eyes there, going horizontal, and the other one, just like that, and push in. There we are. I can push on them to make them a little larger if I'd like, and I'm going to go for the eyelids. The eyelids are very, very thin. So you're going to roll the clay as thin as you can. Dip it in water. And add the eyelid from the inside of the eye at the bottom. And you're going to make kind of an arc like a rainbow. And back down. And then on the bottom, I'm going to take that sharp area again. Dip it in water. Always helps when you dip it in water. And then add it on the bottom. And stop. Notice that bottom one is about straight across. Roll the clay again to make those nice skinny ends. Dip it in water. Take the one that just fell and add it again from the bottom of the eyelid, or the bottom of the eye, I should say, across the top and back down. You want to stop more than half the way down. And then for the lower lid, stick that in water again and go across. Now I'm going to put a pupil here just so it has more presence, just for fun. But if you're going to glaze it, I don't suggest you do this. If I make a large pupil, it's not going to have that look of being surprised. Now we must smooth this in. I'm using a little bit of water here, and I'm going to use the back of my fingernail to smooth it. Notice I'm smoothing down, in and down, in and down on both eyes, in and down. You have to smooth this lower lid. And then the upper lid, you're going to decide how much you want to smooth it. If it's a European person, you only want to smooth it a little bit. If the person has a background of, Asian background or Native American, you don't want there to be too much of a double lid there. All right. And now we're going to add the eyebrows. So again, get a piece of clay and roll it in your fingers, and then you're going to go in an arc with this nose. Notice how it's leading us up and around. So dip that in water and put it on. If you're putting it on the second day after you started, you're not doing the whole head the first day. You're going to have to score and slip this. But the first day, if your clay is really soft, you can get away with it. So here we are, leading with the eye up and around, arching. And stop. See how I like it? This one's a lot wider than the other one, but I can blend that in later and make it look nice. All right, so blend, and use a little bit of water for that. My clay's getting a little bit hard here. There we are. And now for those cheeks. So you're going to get a piece of clay. You're just going to take a piece of clay like this in your fingers, just rip it off, and then you're going to cut that in half. So I'm going to take this piece of clay, and I'm going to cut it in half, and this is going to be thicker here where I cut it and thinner at the end. If it's not, then squeeze it thinner. You're going to add it so that the fat part is toward the top. I'm going to dip this in water again and add it from the mouth, from this edge right here, up past the eye. So again, from the mouth, up past the eye, dip it in water again. Make sure that the fat part is up at the top here, from the mouth, up past the eye, and then you're going to blend. All right. And then we're going to add some hair. So take your clay, you're going to flatten it out. Add it. Make a hair part deeply with a pencil. Use your fingers to push down the hair part. Use a tool to make hair deeply from the top all the way to the bottom from the hairline. Do that all over. Then you're going to smooth the skin, and you've got your face. Take care.